Hello, welcome to Biology, the scientific study of life. Biophilia and the future of the biosphere. Despite the uncertainties about the future of the biosphere, now is not the time of gloom and doom, but the time to connect with the rest of nature. Not many people today live in truly wild environments or even visit such places often. Our modern lives are very different from those of early humans who hunted and gathered the painted wildlife murals on cave walls as shown this figure. But our behavior reflects remnants of our ancestral attachment to nature and the diversity of life. The concept of biophilia that we introduced early in this chapter. We evolved in natural environments rich in biodiversity, and we still have an affinity for such settings. E.O. Wilson makes the case that our biophilia is innate, an evolutionary product of natural selection acting on a brainy species whose survival depended on a close connection to the environment and practical appreciation of plants and animals. It will come as no surprise that most biologists have embraced the concept of biophilia. After all, these are people who have turned their passion for nature into careers, but biophilia strikes a harmonic chord with biologists for another reason. If biophilia is evolutionarily embedded in our genome, then there is hope that we can become better custodians of the biosphere if we all pay more attention to our biophilia. And new environmental ethic could catch and among individuals and societies. That ethic is resolve never to allow a species to become extinct or any ecosystem to be destroyed through human activities, as long as there are reasonable ways to prevent such ecological violence. It is an environmental ethic that balances our another human trait. Our tendency to subdue Earth, yes, you should be motivated to preserve biodiversity because we depend on it for food, medicine, building materials, fertile soil, flood control, habitable climate, drinkable water, and breathable air. But maybe we can also work harder to prevent the extinction of other forms of life, just because it is the ethical thing for us to do as the most thoughtful species in the biosphere. Again, Wilson sounds the call right now. We are pushing the species of the world through a bottleneck. We have got to make its a major moral principle to get as many of them through this as possible. It is the challenge now and for the next century. And there is one good thing about our species: we like a challenge. It is appropriate that we end this textbook with a discussion of biophilia, for biology is a scientific expression of our desire to know nature. We are most likely to protect what we appreciate, and we are most likely to appreciate what we understand. By learning about the process and diversity of life, we also become more aware of ourselves and our place in the biosphere. We hope this book serves you well in this lifelong adventure.